Welcome to ANS Solver question 4 of this paper. So for part A1 they are asking us to show that the volume of the bowl is 368 centimeter cube, correct to the nearest centimeter cube. Now the formula of a sphere is as they've given us 4 by 3 pi r cube, but this is half of a sphere. So if we do half of 4 by 3 pi r cube, then we will get then we'll be using the correct formula for this case. So 4 by 3 pi r in this case, as they've given it to us, as 5.6. So 2 and 4 can get cancelled out because 4 divided by 2 is 2. Therefore now all we need to do is input this into calculator. So 2 divided by 3 multiplied by pi multiplied by 5.6, my bad, I forgot the cube, multiplied by 5.6 cube is equal to 367.80929, and since we need to give our answer in 3 significant figures, our final answer will be 368 centimeter cube. Now this is because the fourth significant figure, which is 8 in this case, is greater than or equal to 5, so it will round off the third significant figure to the next number. Now let's move to part A2. So for part A2 they are telling us that the tin is completely full of soap. When all the soap is poured into the empty bowl, 80% of the volume of the bowl is filled. So we can say that 80% of the volume of the bowl, so that is 80 divided by 100, so 80% of the volume of the bowl, so that is 80 by 100 multiplied by 368, is equal to the volume of the cylinder, so, or the volume of the tin. Now the volume of a tin is equal to pi, or the cylinder is equal to pi r square h. Now we have to find the radius, so we leave r as it is and h, as they've given it to us in the question, as 10 centimeters. So 10 centimeters. Now all we need to do is solve for r. So we can cancel the 0 and the 0. So now 8 divided by 10 multiplied by 368, and if you take the 10 to the other side of the equation, it will become division. So divide by a further 10. So therefore pi r square is equal to 29.44. Therefore r square is equal to 29.44 divided by pi, which is 9.37104, and therefore r is equal to square root of 9.37104. So square root of this is equal to 3.061215. Therefore the radius will be equal to 3.06 centimeters, because you have to give your answer in 3 significant figures. So the fourth significant figure in this case, which is 1, is lesser than or equal to 5. So it won't round off the third significant figure to the next number. Therefore 3.06 centimeters will be our final answer for part A2 of this question. Now let's move to part B of this question, where they are asking us to calculate the total surface area of the cone. So to calculate the total surface area of the cone, they've given us the curved surface area formula, which is pi rl, and since we need to calculate the total surface area, we need the area of the base, and the base is a circle, so plus pi r square. Now we know the value of r square, we know the value of the radius, but we don't know the value of the slant height. Now we know that they've given us the height, they've given us the base, that is the radius. We need to find the slant height. Now this is actually a right angle triangle, and we know 2 sides of the triangle, so we can easily find the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse will be equal to root of the square of both, the sum of the square of both the sides. So 1.75 square plus 6 square, which is 36, is equal to 39.0625. Therefore the slant height will be equal to root of 39.0625. Now the root of 39.0625 is equal to 6.25. So now we have the slant height as well, which is 6.25. Now wait, I'll just write it down. It is equal to 6.25. So now we have all the values, and let's just substitute the values into the formula. So R is 1.75, the slant height is 6.25 plus pi, and R is 1.75, so 1.75 square. Now all we need to do is input this into your calculator. So pi multiplied by 1.75 multiplied by 6.25 is equal to 34.36116965 plus 1.75 square multiplied by pi, which is equal to 9.621125. So your final answer for part B2 would be so 9.621125 plus 34.36116965, which is equal to 43.98229. And since we have to give our final answer in 3 significant figures, our final answer will be 43. It'll be 44.0, because 44.0 centimeters square, because the fourth significant figure in this case, which is 8, is greater than or equal to 5. So it will round off the 9 to the next number, and since it will round off the 9 to the next number, it will become 10. So therefore 1 will get carried forward to the 3, and therefore 44.0 centimeters square will be your final answer for part B1 of this question. Now let's move to part B. Okay, so for part B2A, they are asking us to show that the volume of the salt inside the cone is 18.9 centimeter cube. So let's first find the volume of the entire cone, and then just minus the top of the top half of the cone. So, or the top, not half, the top part of the cone. So the volume of a cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h, as they've given. So 1 by 3 pi r in this case, which is 1.75 square, multiplied by the height, that is 6. So this would be the volume of the entire cone. Now we have to minus that top part. So multiplied by 1 minus, now the entire height is 6 centimeters, but the remaining part, that is the part where the salt is not filled, is just 1.5 centimeters. So 1.5 divided by 6 and the whole cube, because this is in centimeters and volume is in centimeter cube, so we need it in the same unit. So now all you need to do is simplify this working. So 1.75 square multiplied by 6 multiplied by pi divided by 3 is equal to 49 pi by 8. 49 pi by 8. I'll just confirm this one. So 1 by 3 pi multiplied by 1.75 square multiplied by 6. Yeah, 49 pi by 8, and 1.5 divided by 6 cube. 1 minus that will give us 63 multiplied by 63 by 64. Now all we need to do is input this in the calculator and we'll get our final answer. So 63 by 64 multiplied by 49 pi divided by 8. So you'll get your final answer as 18.9415 9477, and therefore your final answer will be 18.9 centimeter cube, because your fourth significant figure, which is 4 in this case, is lesser than or equal to 5, so it won't round off the 9 to the next number. Therefore 18.9 centimeter cube will be your final answer for part B to A of this question. Now let's move to part B to B. So they are telling us that the salt is removed from the cone at a constant rate of 200 millimeter cube per second. Now we calculated our answer in centimeter cube. So first, to convert centimeter to millimeter, what we do is we multiply it by 10. But since it is millimeter cube and centimeter cube, we will multiply it by 10 raised to 3. So this will give you the total volume of salt in millimeter cube, in terms of millimeter cube. Now we can divide it by the rate that the salt is removed, that is 200 millimeter cube. So therefore now we just need to simplify this. So 18.9 multiplied by 10 raised to 3 is equal to 18,900, and the whole thing divided by 200. So we can cancel the two zeros. Therefore 189 divided by 2 is equal to 94.5. Now they've asked us to give our answer in correct to the nearest second, so we will round it up to 95 seconds, because the third or the decimal place is greater than equal to 5, so we'll round off the whole number to the next number. Therefore 95 seconds will be your final answer for part B to B.